Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for being here for a quick start body weight workout. We've got 5 exercises. Get yourself warmed up first. Maybe you dance, maybe you go for a walk, maybe you jog in place for a few minutes. Let's get started. Exercise number 1 is 45 seconds of butt kicks. You can take a low impact version of this exercise by eliminating the hop. Just step and draw your heel up to your glutes. For more intensity, start to make it really springy, start to pick up the tempo so your feet are moving faster and faster and faster. Really get your heart rate up. Then to add one more layer, if you really want to get the most out of this exercise, bring your fingertips up behind your head, keep smiling, keep working, keep that tempo up high. This exercise number 1 is meant to get your heart rate up. Let's do it. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. All right, you can stop, and we're gonna move on to 45 seconds of single leg RDLs. Okay, so this is an exercise that requires concentration. Really root one of your feet into the ground. Some people even like to kind of stomp it out. So root that foot into the ground, and then you're gonna be hinging at your hips. So the leg that's moving, just use a little bit of caution. Try not to let that hip kind of roll out and open. Think about keeping it closed and facing the ground. Maintain a lot of length in your spine and a nice braced core. Each time you hinge forward, pay special attention to your hamstrings. Wait for those muscles to kind of catch as you hinge, and then concentrate on the strength of your hamstrings and your glutes to bring yourself back up to the starting position. Fantastic. Let's give this a whirl on the other leg. Okay, so same thing. Root your foot into the ground and then just keep your focus on hinging at your hips. So sometimes I imagine that there's a ruler running down the back side of my body and that straight line, so I'm shifting to be about parallel to the ground. Looking good. Again, this requires focus, it requires balance, but it's a great strengthener for the back side of the body, which we really want, right? Strong hammies, strong glutes. Now, if you know me at all, you know that I love butts. So this exercise is gonna help you bring a strong butt, which is gonna help you look good, feel good, and all of your daily activities. You're almost there. All right, we're moving on to 45 seconds of walkouts. So you're gonna begin at the edge of your mat in a standing position, and then you're just gonna take small steps with your hands to walk out all the way into a high plank position. So the high plank position is where your wrists end up lined up under your shoulders and you're bracing your core for that moment that you're in the high plank position. I planned this exercise to follow your single leg RDL because you kind of get a nice stretch through all of the muscles that you just worked in your backside. Now, the gold mine in this exercise is that you're really strengthening your shoulders and your abs. So every single one counts. Make sure when you end up in that high plank position that the hips don't fall forward or that they don't stay too high. You've got that nice clean line. All right, we're already at our 4th exercise, 45 seconds of a plank with a hip twist. Here we go. Let's set up our forearm plank first. So elbows under your shoulders, and you're creating a nice line that makes you parallel with the floor beneath you. My feet are set a little bit wider than my hips, so there's a lot of room for my heels to drop to the floor. Then all I'm doing is shifting my body to the side and letting my hips drop as close to the ground as possible. Each time I pull back to the starting position, I'm really driving through my obliques, really squeezing those muscles and using their strength to get back to the middle. This exercise is one of my favorites. It's totally awesome because it's working rotation and you're hitting every muscle in your core. So your obliques, your abs, your glutes, the muscles that support your hip strength. You're getting it all, and at the same time, your shoulders might be feeling it too. The shoulders are like the extra credit. All right, almost there. Keep it up. Woo, you've made it to our final exercise. We're gonna do 45 seconds of reverse planks. We've come so far. The last exercise is here. So begin in a seated position and really visualize lengthening your spine. So space between each vertebrae and lifting through the crown of your head. Then with our legs together, you're gonna squeeze through your backside. Here we are back at the butt again, my favorite. Okay, so you're squeezing through your glutes and your hamstrings while at the same time kind of drawing the ribs down and together. So you're maintaining a nice braced core while you lift the hips up off the ground. That bracing of the core is going to keep you from overarching. Last little key tip on this one, I'm really trying to bring my toes down to the ground so that my foot almost becomes flat on the ground each time I lift up. Now, if you find that you're not lifting as high or your range of motion is pretty small, that's okay. Keep working at it. You will get there. You are awesome. Okay, checkpoint. How are you feeling? Could you do this again? I think you could. I hope this made you feel awesome, and I hope you repeat it 2 or 3 more times. See you soon.